In this video, we're diving into how to draft an LLC operating agreement using LegalZoom, step by step and with zero legal jargon. What's going on, everyone? My name is Eric Hunsaker, and on this channel, we cut through the fluff to help you make smarter business decisions without getting buried in the legal red tape. So let's get into it. Why you actually need an operating agreement, even if you're a solo owner. Let's be honest, when you're setting up your LLC, it feels like the last thing that you want to deal with is more paperwork. The state doesn't always require an operating agreement, so it might seem optional. But skipping this step is kind of like driving without insurance. You might not notice anything wrong at first, but the moment there's an issue, you're gonna wish you had it. An operating agreement isn't just a legal form, it's your business's rule book. It spells out how your company is run, who owns what, and what happens if something changes. Even if you're the only person in your LLC, this document still matters. It shows that you're treating your business like a separate real thing, not just a hobby or a side hustle. That kind of formality helps protect your personal assets if you ever face legal challenges. And if you're in California, Delaware, Missouri, New York, or Maine, then yeah, you legally need one. But even outside those states, having a written agreement is one of the smartest things that you can do. Imagine trying to open a business bank account or bring on a partner without it. You'll get hit with delays, questions, and possibly legal risk. A good operating agreement keeps your business running smoothly and protects your butt against things when they get messy. What an operating agreement covers and why it matters. So what exactly goes into this thing? When you create your operating agreement through LegalZoom, they'll guide you through all the major parts. But it helps to know the purpose behind each section so you're not just clicking buttons blindly. First, you'll put in your company name and address. Sounds basic, but this is where you define your business legally. Make sure you're using the exact same name that you used when you filed your articles of organization. If you added LLC at the end, it needs to show up on here too. For the address, use one where you can receive mail. No PO boxes. Next is the purpose of your LLC. This part might tempt you to write something super specific, like making artisan candles with soy wax. But here's the deal. Your business might grow or shift in a different direction. If you start offering candle making courses or branch into other products, a narrow purpose could box you in. So it's usually better to keep this statement broad. Something like engaging in any lawful business activity in the state of insert your state. This covers your bases and gives you room to grow. Then comes the ownership and contributions section. This is where you list each member, aka owner, how much of the company that they own and what they've put into it. That could be cash, equipment services, or even just time and effort. If there are multiple owners, this section is crucial for avoiding future fights. You don't want to end up arguing about who owns what when there's no record. The profit and loss section is next. It explains how the money gets split, both the good, the profits, and the bad, the losses. You can divide things equally or based on ownership percentage. You just need to be clear about it. Without this in writing, the default rule in many states is to split everything evenly, even if one person put in 90% of the money. Yikes. Voting rights and decision making are also big ones. Not every decision needs to be a group vote, but some should be. Do you want members to vote based on their ownership share, or does everyone get one vote? Will major decisions require a majority or unanimous vote? This is your chance to put all that in writing so that there's no confusion later on. Then you'll choose your management structure. You have two options, member managed or manager managed. In a member managed LLC, all owners have a say in daily operations. In a manager managed LLC, you choose someone, maybe one of the owners or maybe someone else entirely, to handle the day-to-day stuff. This setup is helpful if you want fewer cooks in the kitchen or if some members are more hands-off. Other sections cover things like how to bring on new members, what happens if someone wants to leave, and how you'll handle things if the business needs to shut down. You can also include extra rules rules about things like non-compete agreements, ownership of the company's logo or content, and how to handle conflicts or deadlocks. It might seem like a lot, but each section helps prevent future confusion. It's like building a roadmap for how your business should function, especially when the road gets bumpy. Step by step, how to set up your operating agreement using LegalZoom. All right, now comes the fun part. Let's walk through exactly how to set this up inside LegalZoom. Now, luckily, they make the process pretty smooth, especially if you're forming your LLC through them at the same time, which is what I recommend and what we'll be doing here in this example. So, first things first, go ahead and click the link down below in the description to bring you to this page right here. Now, what we're gonna do first from here is we're gonna click on Start My Business. So we'll go ahead and click on that. So from here, this is where you can go ahead and choose your business type. We're gonna be doing the limited liability company. So we can either click on Start My LLC and that'll just get us right into the process, or you can go ahead and scroll down just a little bit, and as long as you have LLC selected here, we can go ahead and click on Learn More. Now this brings us to step 1. Choose your LLC package. Now, when you first start forming your LLC with LegalZoom, you'll choose a package, the basic, the pro, or the premium. Now, some of these packages include an operating agreement as part of the deal. If you pick a plan that doesn't, you can usually add it on for an additional fee. If you're not sure which package to go with, LegalZoom shows a side-by-side comparison of what's included. So taking a look at these different packages, there's the basic plan, which is free. You just pay the state filing fees. This, however, does not come with an operating agreement. The Pro plan does come with an operating agreement as well as an EIN, bookkeeping tools, access to over 150 customizable legal documents, unlimited e-signatures for the first year, and you get a customizable website powered by Wix. Now this one costs $249 plus state filing fees. And then there's the premium plan at $299 plus state filing fees, and you get everything in the Pro plus hands-on guidance, unlimited 30-minute attorney consultations within your first 30 days, and you can make any changes to your LLC formation documents within the first 30 days. So for this example, let's go ahead and we'll just select the Pro plan here since it includes an operating agreement. Now remember, you can also choose the basic plan and you can add that in later, which could potentially save you a little bit of money, but don't quote me on that. Go ahead and check for yourself. But again, for this example, we're going to be using the Pro plan. So I'll go ahead and click on Form My LLC. Step 2, select the operating agreement option. Now, if it isn't already included in your package, we're going to look for the option to add an operating agreement. It's usually a checkbox or a small section in the flow. Definitely add it. It's a one-time setup that you can save a ton of time and stress later on. Step 3, fill out LegalZoom's questionnaire. Now, this part is basically just a guided interview. LegalZoom asks questions and you answer them as honestly and clearly as you can. The platform uses your answers to auto-generate your operating agreement. They'll ask for your business info like name, address, registered agent, and then they'll walk you through ownership, voting management, and other preferences. You don't need to sound like a lawyer here. Just tell them how you actually want your business to work. Now, if you're not sure how to answer something, LegalZoom offers some helpful tips and pop-ups that explain the options. You can also save your progress and come back to it later if you want to think things over. So let's go ahead and step into this questionnaire now. So we've already selected the Pro plan. So let's go ahead, we'll just call this Eric's Coffee Shop, and we'll go ahead and click Next. It's going to ask where this is located. We'll go ahead and select California because that's where I live and click Next. Here it's going to ask for an email address and a phone number, both which are optional. So for this example, I'm just going to go ahead and click Next. Then it's going to ask what we do. Now, again, here you don't need to be extremely specific, but I'm just going to start typing in coffee, and you can just start typing in your industry, and it's going to auto-populate some stuff here. So I'm just going to type in coffee shop because that's pretty much exactly what this business is designed to do, and we'll click Next. Here it says, let's keep your LLC compliant to avoid setbacks. We'll go ahead and click Next. I'm gonna go ahead and click no thanks on this page here, which is offering some additional help and guidance. And here it's offering to help add licenses and permits. I'm gonna hit no thanks on the business attorney plan for now. And I'm gonna hit no thanks on the business bank account. Next, it's just gonna ask if we want expedited processing for an additional fee. I'm good with the 5 to 14 days, so I'm gonna select that. And then it's going to ask if we want a founder's kit, which is basically just a pretty printed together copy of all your documents for $99. I'm good. I'm going to say no thanks and click next. So now we can see for a one-time payment of $319 or 3 monthly payments of $113.33, we get the Pro plan, which includes that operating agreement, which you'll fill out once you go ahead and check out with this. Step 4, customize clauses. So here's where things get a little more tailored. When you're working on your operating agreement, you can choose how strict or flexible you want certain rules to be. For example, you might want a clause that says any member who leaves can't start a competing business for 2 years. Or maybe you want to limit a manager's ability to spend more than $25,000 without a vote. You can tweak all of that. Don't overthink it. Just start with what makes sense right now and know that you can always update your agreement later as your business grows. Step 5, review and finalize. Once you've answered all the questions, LegalZoom puts everything together into a clean, ready to go document. You'll get to preview it before hitting submit and read it carefully. Make sure it says what you want it to say. If something feels off, you can go back and make changes before finalizing it. Once you're happy with it, you'll download the files as a PDF and either print it or store it digitally. So should you use LegalZoom's template as is? LegalZoom's template is pretty solid. It's built to meet the basic legal standards in every state, and it's customizable enough for most small business owners. That said, it's still a good idea to read every word. Just because it's standard doesn't mean that it fits your unique situation perfectly. Think of it like buying a suit off the rack. You still might want to hem the sleeves a little bit. If you're a solo owner with a simple business model, LegalZoom's version will likely cover everything that you need. But if you have multiple owners, investors, or special ownership agreements, it could be worth having a lawyer review it. Now, LegalZoom also offers an upgrade where an attorney can help you tweak your agreement. It's not necessarily cheap, but it's usually way more affordable than hiring a lawyer on your own. Tips before you hit submit. Here are a few quick reminders before you wrap up. Keep your business purpose broad so you don't have to redo this later. Make sure capital contributions are clearly written out. Double check profit splits and voting rules. These are the things that people fight about. If you're choosing a manager-managed setup, then make sure that the manager is clearly named and their powers are defined. Download and save multiple copies. Cloud storage here is your friend. This document might never need to be used, but if something goes sideways, you'll be really glad you have it. What happens after you finish? Now, once your operating agreement is finalized, you don't need to file it with your state. Just keep it in your records. Every member should get a signed copy. If your business changes, like bringing in a new partner, changing ownership percentages, or shifting your business model, you'll want to update the agreement. Make the changes, have everyone sign again, and keep it with your records. Think of your operating agreement like your business's terms and conditions. It's not always top of mind, but when you need it, it's the first place everyone will look. An operating agreement might sound like boring paperwork, but it's honestly one of the most powerful things you can create for your business. It keeps you protected, it keeps things clear, and it saves you from headaches when things get complicated. LegalZoom makes it simple to set up, but taking the time to understand what's in the document makes all the difference. So slow down, read it over, and set your business up the right way. You don't need to be a lawyer, you just need to know what you're agreeing to. Now, if you want to get started with LegalZoom, we'll have links for you down in the description below. This is an affiliate link, which means we earn a small commission when you use it at no extra cost to you. And these commissions really help support the channel and allow us to continue to create free content just like this. So if you end up using them, we thank you so much in advance. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Here on this channel, we make videos dedicated to helping new and existing entrepreneurs get started and succeed in business, so be sure to subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you here in the next video.